My name is Rosanna. Welcome to my channel, and I'm gonna share with you some strategies, some ideas for doing marketing if you have a side business that you're trying to grow that you might not have thought of previously to try. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, I have a website. It's called efficiencyandorganization.com, and basically what I talk about is how through organization, like better organization, you can have an efficient way of achieving more success. So 3 things I want to tell you before I share the ideas. The first one is you want to have a planner, because everything I tell you, what you want to do is go and jot down in the planner. It's really going to help you, because a lot of times when we have any kind of a goal, if we don't write it down, it's not going to help us to hold ourselves accountable. And this is something I talk about a lot on the website also. And then the second thing I want to tell you is that these ideas could also apply if it's not a side business. So even if you have like an actual full-time business, you can use some of these strategies. And the third thing I want to tell you is some of the strategies that I share, I have like 20 of them. You don't have to obviously do all of them. Do the ones that you think that you haven't tried before, or do maybe like 3 to 5 that you want to give a go, but give them some time before you give up on them. And I'll talk to you more about that in the course of the video. The first one, post one article once a week that's from either Pinterest or Google or Yahoo on 4 or more of your social media sites. What you could do is share those on social media sites that you like. But basically you want 4 or more social media sites to share an article that's relevant to your business. So what you could do is, let's say you're like an insurance broker. Go online and find an article that you think people would like to read and find relevance in. So you're not like trying to sell them or push a product down their throats. You're just giving them information that might be helpful. So you could find articles that are useful and then share them once a week. This is where I was telling you about the calendar. So go once a week, every week, maybe like each Wednesday. Write down, share article about business. Next week, Wednesday, share article about business. Because then what you'll do is hold yourself accountable. Every week when you do share, you cross it off. Send one motivational, inspirational quote, something that you could share. You could come up with the quote, or you could share somebody that somebody else has said once a week. I've actually learned this from other people to do, and it's really nice. It's nice to get something like a nice message from people, right? Inspirational quotes, motivational quotes are positive. They help people feel better. It gives us like a little bit of a boost sometimes when we see them for a few seconds. So why not? It'll again help to help your audience on social media especially, see you in a nice way, see you in a positive way. Another idea, you could write an article on your website that is relevant to your industry. And this should be done once a month. Because it's a side business, I mean, it would be nice if you could do like 2 articles a week, right? Or you could do an article a week, because the more the better. But I'm talking to you is like, if you're in my shoes as a side business owner, it's really hard to invest that time. So that's why I'm suggesting that you do this once a month. So once a month, go in your planner calendar, maybe like the first Monday of each month, you could say write article for website. Once you write it for your website, you put it on social media, so that way you can have people read it. Even if they don't read it, they'll still see you as an expert in the field, and this will help with developing trust. In business, it's all about trust. If people say, oh yeah, this person knows what they're talking about, they know a lot about the industry, they'll trust you to eventually give you business. Another idea is to have a newsletter. And if you notice, all the ideas I've shared so far require like basically no investing, or very, very little investing of money. A newsletter is the same thing. So writing a newsletter, you could do like a 1-pager, 2-3-pager. It doesn't have to be a lot. But you're sharing ideas and posts and things, again, to make yourself relevant, to help people trust you. But this isn't something that you could do once in a while. It is something that you have to do consistently, which is where, again, the planner comes in. So if you're using your phone calendar, you're using an actual calendar, make sure you go in and write how often you're going to do this. My goal when I did my business was to put a newsletter out once a month. It didn't happen because my job is so time consuming, my day job. So I'm only able to do it at this point once every 2 months. I can't do any more than that. But even if you send the newsletter out, so like once you do it, you put it on your website, you share it with social media. If you develop like an email list, you can email them out. And it's okay if people don't read all the articles, you guys. The idea is for you to stay in their minds, okay? Because it's like as soon as they see it, they remember, oh, this is Jennifer, and Jennifer does taxes. And so what it does is it reminds people about you, about what you do, so that if they do have a question, if they do have a referral, they'll be able to contact. Next idea, you could do one request every 3 months or so by email, by text, by social media, and I'll give you a really good example of that. So like right now, my YouTube channel is so new. Well, it's been around like a couple years, but I had nothing on it. I barely started making videos. I want to say like 8 months ago. It's very new. So one of the things I'm trying to do is reach out to my contacts and say, hey, can you check out my YouTube channel? And if you think it's something worthwhile, can you subscribe? On LinkedIn alone, I have close to 3,000 followers. So I just reach out to like 10 people, 20 people a week. And I ask them to check out the channel, and if they like it, to subscribe it. So see how I'm being very specific. It's not too many. Once a week, going in and asking 20 contacts to help you in some way is not going to hurt. Here's another idea you could try. Join groups online. It could be on Quora, it could be on Facebook, but you can join groups that will help you grow. Because you could share articles, you could share your requests and such. Now, not all groups allow it, but some of them do. So it's just gonna be kind of like trial and error, trying to find groups where you are succeeding. And the last one I'm going to share for the video, I actually have 20 ideas, like they're on, and not an Excel, they're on like a word sheet that I put together. I'll put the link for that in the description, that way you can get it and try them. And then what I like about them is they tell you how often to try them, and they're specifically for busy people who have day jobs but have side businesses. But this next one that I want to specifically share with you has to do with knowing people. One of the things, you guys, that has helped me in my business over the years, well, I have a couple of side businesses actually, but it's been knowing people, and like not just knowing, but having relationships with people. The people who have retweeted my posts the most, the people who have bought books that I've published and stuff, they've always been people who I've had a connection with, a relationship with, and I've maintained that over the years. So for example, years ago, I joined my local Chamber of Commerce. I built some relationships. Some of those relationships, even though that was like almost 20 years ago, I've kept in touch with. And those are the people who give and get. Every time I share a post, they reshare it to their audiences. Every time I ask for them to resend like something that I'm doing, they do it for me. So having relationships is so important, and not only that, but giving back. These are people who you want to go and share their things to your audiences. Believe it or not, you can form relationships with people even online. It doesn't have to be where you have to go to places. But the strategy I did want to share with you was to actually join local places where you could go, like chambers of commerces. There's also meetups, there's Toastmasters, there's Rotary Club, so like local organizations, because that way you can meet people, and out of 10 people, maybe one person you're gonna like working with, interacting with. It doesn't matter though, it's the fact that you're getting out there and you're meeting people who in the long run are gonna be your biggest allies, biggest supporters, and they're the ones who are gonna try to help build you up just as you are trying to build them up. So I hope you found some of the strategies useful. Maybe some of it you haven't tried before. Just please remember to check, because I put 20 different ones on the sheet that I was telling you. Just make sure you look at all of them, see which ones you think you want to try, and I wish you a lot of luck. Just remember, use your planner and mark them, because then you can't just try a strategy once and give up on it. It takes time. So that's why what you want to do is, if it says once a week, go once a week, write it in the calendar, and then cross it off as you go. So you just kind of have to see what's going to work for you and what's not going to work for you. It's all trial and error, but give it time, stay with it. If after 2-3 months you're like, no, this isn't going anywhere, then feel free to try a different strategy. Thank you for being with me, and I will catch you in my next video.